I know y'all little asses is gonna be like, so where you been? I've been in the trap. No, I'm just playing. How you guys doing? If you want personal readings, you already know how we getting started. Link down below. If you're on my YouTube, TikTok, it's up above. So, YouTube, TikTok, it's up above. So, y'all, I'll keep it all the way being with you. I've been going through a week, you know, in the fields, you feel me, in and out, in and out of lanes, swerving. To be honest, I feel like these past few days I've been going through my own little things, and I just feel like I gotta sit over here and keep it real with y'all, because I don't be wanting to take shit out on y'all, and I know y'all be mad at me. Y'all be like, okay, so where your ass at? Why ain't you going live and stuff like that? But it don't even be that personal. Like, I just be up in my little feelings. Like, I'm a little emotional ass little bitch, so you know, there's sometimes where I could cry to y'all asses, and there's sometimes where it's like, bitch, I need to cry to myself. So, without further ado, y'all, don't get me wrong. Just because a bitch been crying don't mean that these downloads stop. So, there's that. Let's start. Let's start with running. Running equals I know the outcome, and I'm afraid of being loved, touched, and admired. So I guess we starting deep today up in this bitch case. I'm gonna try to understand something. A lot of you guys are running from connections, and granted, some of y'all need to keep running. Y'all don't need to go back, but some of you guys are running from connections that are actually for you. Some of you guys are running from connections that's actually meant to take you to the next level. Some of you guys are running from connections that are meant for you guys to sit over here and actually flourish and shit like that, okay? Thank you, Webby. I miss you, girl. I ain't seen you in a minute. A lot of you guys are running out. Let me stay on track real quick. A lot of you guys are running, and it's because y'all know the outcome of what running is. Some of you guys are running to new states, running to new places. A lot of you guys is running and honestly riding away, walking away. Like, a lot of you guys is running away from situations because you are afraid of what comes behind that door. And I need you guys to understand something. I'm not talking about the narcissist, and I'm not talking about the person that sat over here and did you wrong, not the person that sat over here and tried to talk to your friends and shit like that. I'm not talking about that person. I'm talking about the people that are kind-hearted people, the people that you sitting over here you getting bored with and shit like that. Like, those people you running away from because you over here used to toxicity, and God is like, big dog, I need you out of that. The next point is can we fix this, or is it fuck me? So I need y'all to understand something. Some of y'all got these past, let me tell you something. I love you too, Dreezy. Some of you guys have these past people, like, or maybe this is you trying to figure out, like, you know, can we fix this? Can we work on this? Can we start over again? Some of you guys could be 26 years old right now. Some of y'all or some of y'all is just like, y'all walking away, y'all running away. And some people just want clarity. And I feel like the significance of you sitting over here giving people clarity, or you going and discovering your own clarity, is what's going to bring you closure. Okay, next one. Some of you guys need to advocate for yourself. That means speak the fuck up. What is, like, I need y'all to understand something. When you advocate for yourself, if somebody hurts your feelings, then you need to sit over here and say, listen, I don't like how you hurt my feelings. If somebody sit over here and they ask to go out on a date with you type stuff, how you doing, Sha? And they sit over here and they cancel your date, and you don't like that shit, you need to sit over here and hold those people accountable. I want you to understand something. You have to advocate when you feel some shit versus when you don't feel nothing. You have to advocate for yourself when you sitting over here going through things and you need space, and versus when you need time and you need to be clingy type shit. Advocate, okay? Communication is the key. I also wrote down, what are we sweeping under the rug? A lot of you guys are sitting over here allowing people to walk all over you. A lot of you guys are allowing people to sweep things under the rug. A lot of you guys are sitting over here not thinking that things are a big deal, so you keep sweeping it under the rug. And God is like, big dog, I don't need you to sweep this shit under the rug. If it bothers you, speak that shit out loud. I don't care if it's, listen, I don't like the way you bite your nails. Can you stop? Type energy. On a serious note though, I feel like some of you guys like are sweeping under the rug, like, listen, somebody had a baby on you. That is not no shit you could sweep under the rug. A lot of you guys are sitting over here sweeping, like, listen, you found somebody or you found them texting somebody else in the phones and stuff like that. Whatever the case is, whatever y'all case is, y'all found some shit y'all didn't like, no shit, but you swept it under the rug because you said, I'm trying to keep this going. I need you guys to understand, when you sweep shit under the rug, all you're doing is first of all, you're stacking dust. But 2, you're sitting over here creating turmoil within you. So by the time all that dust is collected on the inside, you mad as fuck. It take just because they sit over here and they put on the wrong fucking shoe or they put on the wrong outfit, and then all of a sudden you sitting over here going back 3 months, 6 months back to why you was mad about the shit that you swept under the rug when you should have brought it up when it happened. A lot of you guys need to learn how to bring things up and then let the shit go. Stop. And when I mean let it go, let the shit actually go. A lot of you guys do not know how to let things go. If you can't let it go, then leave that fucking person. Because what the fuck are you gonna sit over here and do? Spend all your fucking life arguing about the same shit over and over again? Nah, that's toxic. And that's annoying. Yeah. Also, sometimes the last word isn't needed. I got this real bad. I be talking about this all the fucking time. But the point of the matter is I need y'all to understand something. If you guys, how you doing, Khadijah? If you guys are sitting over here trying to really be in unions with people, if you really trying to sit over here and make shit work, if you really are trying to find the peace that y'all say that y'all want, then y'all need to sit over here and realize that having the last word is not needed. Sometimes silence is the fucking key. Sometimes dead silence is more loud than you having the last word. And I need you guys to learn that. Some of you guys are playing in the devil's playground. Why? You know the outcome of what it's going to end up with. You're going back to connections with people that have sat over here and hurt you. You are going back to connections with people that have chose other people over you. You are going back to connections with people that sat over here that's in the devil's playing ground. You're playing with fucking fire. Some of you guys could be fire signs. Some of you guys could be dealing with fire signs. Some of the ex-motherfuckers could be fire signs. But some of you guys are literally playing with fire. And it's like, you know this person is a narcissist. You know this person is emotional manipulative. You know this motherfucker got mommy issues. That's not done. You know she got daddy issues. It's not done. Like, y'all are playing in the playground. Y'all know that these people have not grown up. So why do you keep sitting over here going back? Why? Because the poom poom is good? Because the poom poom is good? Because the schlong is good? Nah, baby. Emotions are strategic. Work on it. I shut down when people yell at me and when I'm scared. When I don't know the outcome and when I don't know others' feelings. Some of you guys need to sit over here and identify what makes you shut down. I had to sit over here and keep it a being with myself and realize that, listen, I used to be in an abusive ass relationship. When people yell at me, yo, that shit trigger the fuck out of me, y'all. Like, I don't know how to respond to yell. It scares the fuck out of me. It be like, yo, I gotta go. And what's crazy is because I just seen a fucking TikTok video of this man, and he was like, listen, he was like, if a man sits over here and he's like, he is over here yelling at you, or if he is he said specifically cussing, though, like calling you out your name and stuff, that man doesn't respect you. You need to leave that person, because somebody that really gives a fuck about you is not going to sit over here and even really raise their voice. Don't get me wrong, sometimes y'all have arguments, sometimes people are passionate, but being passionate is different than actually yelling. And I feel like some of y'all need to hear that shit, because yelling scares me. Because what the fuck is you yelling at me for? Because I am a delicate flower. Like, I'm not a man, so why is you treating me like a man? And that's a fact. Also, I said that I get scared when I don't know the outcome. Some of us sit over here and we got to walk in the unknown and understand that, listen, we have to have faith that God is delivering us in the way that we need to be delivered. But I need y'all to understand something. Don't go into the devil's playing ground blindly. Because in the past, let me tell you something. Some of you guys are walking into new connections, okay? Because we talking real quick, okay, Jen? Let's talk. JC, we talking. Some of you guys have sat over here and are walking into new partnerships that remind you of somebody else. Red flags remind you of somebody else. The way they talk reminds you of somebody else. The way that they laugh reminds you of somebody else. The way that they sit over here and have that little red flag reminds you of somebody else. Them being secretive reminds you of somebody else. Them sitting over here shutting down. Maybe you're dealing with somebody that shuts down. Reminds you of somebody else. That's playing in the playground of the devil. So the point of the matter is that why are you blinding yourself and acting like you don't see that shit? If a motherfucker sitting over here getting a little touchy over here, grabbing your ass, you know, like trying to shoving you and shit, why you think that he won't beat your ass? Because you know that's how your ex started type stuff. You get what I mean, though? The point of the matter is that I want y'all to understand something. When you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. But outside of that, I need y'all to recognize that, listen, when you see a red flag, you don't blind yourself. You get your shit and you walk the fuck out. If you don't, and sometimes it does not even have to be like, it's so funny because I know I'm using drastic ass excuses and examples, but I want you to understand something. It could be something as simple as inconsistency. If a person sit over here and make a date with you, and all of a sudden you're used to people in your past being inconsistent with you, and you know that that's a red flag, guess what you can sit over here and do? Listen, cut that shit off early on, okay? Now, let's keep going. I said I shut down when I don't know others' feelings. Now, I got this real bad, because let me tell you something about self-sabotage. If I feel like the feelings ain't amicable, or I feel like you hiding feelings and shit like that, guess what it's going to cause me to do? Fall all the way back. You want to know why? Because I don't ever want to feel like I'm overfeeling about somebody that's not overfeeling about me. But I also realized that that is a trauma response, that is abandonment response, and you can't do that. I also felt, and it's funny because I really have been learning and mastering how to not be overly emotional, and I feel like that's for some of you guys too. Some of you guys need to learn how to be not like less overly emotional or less impulsive, more so. But within that, I feel like God is sitting over here saying that, listen, you're never going to truly be able to control anybody else's feelings. But what you can control is yourself. What you can control is how you feel. So listen, if you see that somebody is not reciprocating the energy that you're giving out, then guess what? Take it back. That's okay. Nobody sit over here. And I think that that's the crazy part is that, and this is, I just realized this right now. I think that I always wanted permission to sit over here and always take it back. I always thought that I'm supposed to show feelings. Like I didn't know that I felt like I needed permission to remove my feelings, and I'm here to tell y'all don't need permissions to remove y'all feelings. Y'all don't need permissions to block people. You don't need permission to sit over here and remove yourself from situations that make you feel uncomfortable. You do not need permission. I'm speaking through me. Let me write that down. I gotta write that down, because that's important. You do not need permission to remove yourself from unhealthy situations. Or even from situations that it just makes you feel icky. The dogs is barking today. They say, get your shit out, big dog. And I am. Okay, let's keep going. I got so many downloads, y'all. People pleasing is creeping out. When though? I want you to understand something. If you guys, to my people pleasers that's out there in this bitch, okay? I need you to sit over here and identify when you are people pleasing. I need you to sit over here and identify what is causing you to people please, because some of you guys have worked on it, but sometimes that shit still creeps out. And I feel like within that, you need to sit over here and figure out what's triggering you to still have this response of people pleasing. Okay, next point. People in your life, I did not sit over here and write this correctly, but I said people in your life reinforced you not being toxic. You guys need people in your life to reinforce that you need to stop being toxic, is what I meant to say. Let me correct that. Okay, you need people in your life to reinforce you not being toxic. What do I mean by that? I had a conversation with one of my good friends. I just talked about this, I think, on my last live. It was on Sunday. If y'all missed it, y'all missed it, whatever. But we're going to retouch on it really quickly. I want you to understand something. Sometimes we sit over here and we have learned toxic behaviors from our past, and we don't realize that it's actually toxic because it became our new normal, right? Within that situation, the only way that we know that it's not toxic is when we meet what? Another non-toxic person. So guess what? When you meet people that's not toxic and you still have toxic ways, those people are going to call you out, or at least they should call you out on your toxic shit. Now guess what? That's going to trigger you. Why? Because you're a victim. You have always been a victim. Matter of fact, you have been manipulated by so many people. You have sat over here and went through so many things from the past people that you do not know how to be anything less than a victim. But the point of the matter is that a lot of you guys are starting to become the aggressor in the situation. You are now the toxic person in the situation now. So now you are the aggressor. Now, let's talk. Now that you have met somebody that is not toxic, or some of you guys are about to become into union with people that are not toxic, they're not going to put up with you blowing their phone up. They not going to deal with you blocking them and then unblocking them. They're not going to sit over here and deal with you sitting over here choosing violence one day and then the next day choosing peace. They're not going to deal with bipolar, I'm hearing. But what they will deal with is you being able to communicate. What they will deal with is you sitting over here working on yourself. What they will deal with is you working on your impulses. But what I want y'all to understand something is that you guys need to, this is pivotal. You guys need to sit over here and put people into your lives that are not toxic. And the only way that you can do this, JC, the only way is by you being okay with one, being triggered, but you also being okay with you sitting over here having to figure out who's the person that's toxic versus who's not toxic. Okay? We're talking. Okay, let's keep going. Whew. Connections equals leaving it behind, but double back like 2, 3, 4, 5. I want you to understand something. There are some connections, especially during this Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, there are some connections that you need to go back to. Now, let me tell you why. Because there are some connections that you need to leave behind you. A lot of you guys have yet to sit over here and actually leave these connections behind. And I feel like because of that, you need to sit over here and revisit it in order to really close that chapter. Some of you guys just need to write a letter to a person in your past that you feel like is still connected to your energy, that you still feel like you have hard feelings towards. You don't got to give them that letter. You could burn the motherfucking letter. But the point of the matter is that you need to get out that past hurt ass energy in order to end that connection. And the reason why is because, let me tell you something. People are not going to change. People are not going to sit over here and change unless they want to change. If you inspire change in people, cool. But if you don't, you got to be okay with that. And the point of the matter is that, listen, if it is stunning your growth, which 9 times out of 10 it is, if it is stunning your growth, then that means that that person is not meant to be in your life. It's time to move on from the connection. Now it's time for you to detach successfully. Keyword is successfully. A lot of you guys have yet to detach from these people that you really need to detach from, okay? So God, a lot of y'all need to revisit these past situations and figure out, why do you keep doubling back? How come when a connection doesn't work out, you want to go back to an ex and stuff like that? Are they your comfort? And why are they your comfort? Also, I wrote down validation. Am I perfect? Is he perfect? I think a lot of y'all need to sit over here. There's 2 points within this that I want to sit over here and get off within this. Is that validation. Some of you guys seek validation, and it has happened from a very early age. Could have started with your siblings. Could have started with your parents. Could have been you were the middle child. It could have been because you never felt seen. But then validation turned into perfectionism. And because of your perfectionism, it triggered you to always want to be perfect until you sat over here and destroyed yourself on the inside. And every time you sit over here and you deem yourself as unworthy, which is with everything, because perfectionists always think that they're not doing everything to the T. It carried over not only into you, but it carried over into who you're trying to date. And because of who you try to date aren't perfect, because we're all human, you find yourself not being able to find the perfect suitor. And you also find yourself sitting over here trying to play Barbie and Ken up in this bitch, trying to dress people up to how you want them to be. But in reality, we talking. But in reality, you can't dress these people up. In reality, you gotta let these motherfuckers be who they are. It's not about dress up, it's about what's within. We talking. That perfectionism, get that shit out of you. I wrote down, there's monitoring spirits like in this bitch. This fly has been up in this bitch for a minute, and it keeps going out and keep coming back in. So some of you guys could be having a monitoring spirit, but you know what? We embrace the people that want to monitor us. So you're welcome to be a fly on the wall. I guess there's 2. Georgia don't like them either. Let's keep talking, JC. Can you pretend long enough to take it with my family? And actually, I meant to say fake it with my family, but take it to my family? Take it to my family. What does that mean? Can you pretend long enough to take it to my family? Or can you pretend long enough to fake it with my family? I feel like a lot of you guys are coming into unions where it's like either you want your person to fake it or you want to fake it. Some of you guys come from a perfectionist family. Some of you guys like to fake it till you make it. Everybody likes to smile. It's Christmas time. Everybody, hey, how you doing? Knowing goddamn well you can't stand that bitch type shit. And it's like, you need a partner that's gonna fake it. And ooh, let me take it a step further. Some of you guys are not these people. Some of you guys are not the people that sit over here and that are the type to fake it. And the people that you keep coming into interactions with, this fly is gonna drive me crazy. There's 2 flies. Monitoring spirits like a bitch. Some of you guys are the people that cannot fake it. And I feel like God is sitting over here saying, because you cannot fake it, you keep interacting with people that want you to fake it. And because you can't fake it and they see within you that you can't fake it, that's why they're not bringing you to the family. See, they like you. They like you for the real you, but they don't like you enough to show you. Let me tell you. Hey, listen, there's always some freaking flies around me. Monitoring spirits. Because you sit over here and you can't fake it, they love you when you guys are in the privacy of your own home. So some of y'all could live together. They like you when you come over and chill, but when it comes to introducing you to the family, it's a no. Because you don't fake it. Or maybe it's because you have a partner that don't fake it. And maybe that's the thing, that's the test. Some of you guys are being tested right now to sit over here and see, can you be your true authentic self? Can you be your true authentic self, or are you gonna fold? That's a question. I wrote down, I don't want to be added to your collection. So let me sit over here and tell you something. I was having a conversation with this one gent, and he was telling me, and actually it brought me back to my brother, my older brother too. But with this gent and with my brother, they both was telling me almost identical, the same thing. I got a person that comes over here and just rubs my head. I have somebody that sit over here and that can bring me stuff, like bring me weed. I have a person that sit over here and do this. Like, and with my brother, his thing was more so like, I have somebody where I could like build a connection. Like if I need to sit over here and like get somebody a job, I could get somebody a job. Like she's always on it. I got a girl that's over here that could connect me with this. So some of you guys could like literally have a roster where it's like they do for you, or you're dealing with somebody like that. But I wrote down, I don't want to be a part of your collection. So some of you guys are realizing that, listen, and I just realized this too. I don't want to be a part of nobody's collection to where I'm just adding to something that could be beneficial in your life. See, I'm the main course. This is what I'm finding about myself, y'all. Thank you, love. I love my love too. I love it too. Or my mug too. What I realize about myself is that I don't want to sit over here and I don't want to be somebody that's just, you're mooching off of me. And I even had a conversation with my older brother about this too. Or maybe I need to, because I don't think we actually fully went in depth with this conversation. But this is my thoughts, yo. I'm not for everybody. And I take pride in that shit. I'm learning it and I'm accepting it, because it used to be it used to irritate me. But I'm not for everybody. But what I have said over here, and I've realized that because I'm not for everybody, I don't want to be a part of nobody's collection. I want to be enough all by myself. I don't want to feel like I have to give this, I have to do this, I have to give this in order to prove that I am worthy of your love, to prove that I am worthy of your time, to prove that I am worthy of you even being around me. Because in the end, if you don't view me as a prize all by myself, I'm not about to sit over here and try to make myself be viewed as a prize. And some of you guys need to hear that too. And the reason why is because some of you guys are competing or sitting over here trying to be a part of people's collections, when in reality, if they wanted to make you the one and only, they would. If you wanted to make them the one and only, you would. So stop dealing with emotionally unavailable people. And that's not even for y'all to be mad about. See, I appreciate a person being honest with me enough to sit over here and tell me, let me tell you something. I appreciate somebody that tells me, like, listen, I got a lot. What you adding to the table type shit. Okay, I appreciate that. Because you showed me who the fuck you are. You showed me that you're not whole within yourself. You showed me, and catch me, y'all, because I had to learn this about myself, because I used to have this thinking too. You showed me that you're not whole within yourself and that you need other people to justify your existence. You showed me that you need other people to justify that you are worthy. You need other people, like, it's like you need other people to build you up, when in reality, I built myself up. I'm whole all by myself. You're just kind of cool to have around me. There's a difference. Kelvin said, that is real, my queen. When you put in God first, you can't go wrong, and that's on period. I want y'all to understand something. There's power in you choosing yourself over you being a part of a collection. And that's just what it is. And the main part that I want to tell you is that once you identify that other people have rosters, because don't get me wrong, the dating scene is for you to figure out who's for you versus who's not for you. But once you realize that they're not trying to make you the only one, then that's on you to remove yourself. And that's if you even want to take it that far with them. Because some of y'all don't care. I wrote down, maybe I don't want you, just the ideal of you. Some of you guys only like these motherfuckers because they look good. Some of y'all only like them because of what they can do for you. Some of you guys only like them because they funny around, they good around kids, they good around your parents, they good around family. Some of you guys only like these people because of what your ego, they stroke your ego. Because you can predict them. Because you know that they gonna come home. Because you know that, listen, I'm just getting settling energy. Like, yeah, I'm just getting settling energy. I'm also getting that some of you guys are sitting over here like y'all really don't want these people. It's just the ideal of them that fits you, it suits you. I wrote down, taking a shower together equals I'm comfortable with you. And to be honest, I wrote this down because I was thinking about taking showers, and I was just like, in the past when I've taken showers with people, like, I was so comfortable, like, I really didn't care about my body, like, I really just like it's so intimate. Taking showers is an intimate act. It was a random moment when I wrote this down, but I was just like, you have to be comfortable with somebody to take a shower. Like, even he has to be comfortable with you. Like, it's just a comfortable act. I'm getting that one guy where he be over here joking around and stuff, but I can't remember what his name is. But it's just like, yeah, it don't matter. Anyway, I wrote down, I haven't dealt with other people. I wrote down, should I have? There's a difference. Let me tell you something. Some of y'all are dealing with people, hear me real quick, because this shit is funny. Some of you guys are dealing with people, like, because I feel like y'all are dealing with people that deal with other people, but I feel like either you're the one that's lying and they're telling the truth, or you're telling the truth and they're lying. Like, they're like, I promise you, like, I'm not dealing with nobody, or this is you. You like, I'm not touching nobody. And the other person is like, well, I am. Or you're like, well, shit, I am. Or I have. And it's like, are you gonna be honest? And I feel like there's power within honesty. I feel like some of y'all need to be more honest. Like, should I have 2 other people that's trying to get your spot? Yeah. I feel like that'll light a fire in somebody's ass. Because you're not the only one trying to be the only one. And I think that's where a lot of people be having it fucked up. Because it's just like, if only you knew. I be sitting over here being quiet about fucking, and this is past energy because I'm just chilling right now. But past energies, I be trying to sit over here and like protect people's feelings. But if they knew the juice that I had, eventually I just started being honest with people. Like, yeah, I date other people. But it's like, before, Yeah. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're healing. Get in, guys. We're healing. I also wrote down, you could be a teacher but not a parent. That was a motherfucking bar when I heard that shit. You can be a teacher but you are not a parent. Let me tell you something. My dad is the best example of this shit. My dad has the best advice. Dad be preaching and shit, but he was a shitty parent. Man was not there. Man was in and out of jail. Man was a drug dealer. Man did 1,000 jobs. Like, but let me tell you something. That is just for me to tell you guys, not all of y'all motherfuckers is meant to have kids. So listen, if it's not within your cards, don't force yourself, okay? Okay. I wrote down, what if removing people isn't for me to do? Y'all, I spent a lot of time, I'm gonna keep it a being with you. I spent a lot of time sitting over here removing people out of the energies that I just felt like, thank you, VI. I spent a lot of time removing people out of energy because I just felt like they just didn't deserve it. I spent a lot of time sitting over here removing people because I just felt like I didn't want them in my space. I wasn't sure about their feelings. Some of them I was sure about, and I was like, I need to remove. To be honest, I removed a lot of people, but I started to question, like, what if it's not? What if that's not my responsibility? What if God is sitting over here want other people to remove themselves out of your energy? Sometimes you gotta allow other people to fuck up in order for them to remove themselves. I'm hearing you don't gotta do that shit. They gonna do it themselves. I also wrote down confusion equals an attack. So if you have been confused lately or in your head, it's because you're under attack. Go take a spiritual bath. I also wrote down walk requires more than talk. So some of you guys are actually getting ready to do something, but I feel the need to sit over here and say that y'all need to do more than just talking about it. Like, you need to actually take action. I also wrote down, keep it real with everyone. If it scares them away, then cool. At least you know, and it's funny, at least you know that you scared them away by being the real you versus you faking it. Because when you fake it, then there's so much, you leave so much room. Like, what if I was just real with them? What if I just sat over here and just kept it a being with them? A lot of people will respect you more for keeping it real than you lying. And if it scares them away, then they're not the people for you anyway, pussy. Okay? Egg said, thank you. You said they dig their own graves, Mia, and that's on period. JC said that's definitely what's been happening. I wrote down, I said, a fun Saturday evening is a lonely Sunday morning. A fun Saturday evening could end up with a lonely Sunday morning. Be careful about who you have connections with. Be careful about who you're spending time with. Just be careful. I also wrote down, what is your routine? And not in the right mindset, okay? And I'm gonna leave it there, because I feel like that was already a lot of shit for y'all, okay? So I feel like pulling some cards for y'all today. I'm gonna see where y'all heads is at. I'm even feeling like doing some reading. So after I do a collective reading, I'm gonna sit over here and turn around and do some personal readings, okay? Because I just feel inspired. I've been away for a little bit of days, okay? Tell me what the collective needs to know right now. Some of you guys need to sit over here and go back to your inner child state. And these are just some downloads that are just coming to me right now. I feel like a lot of you guys have a lot of things that have went wrong from when y'all was a kid. And I feel like y'all have run away from y'all childhood. Y'all have run away from the things that have like kept y'all sad. Y'all have ran away from the things that really turned you cold. A lot of y'all is really cold-hearted, I'm hearing. And really y'all just cold. And it's not even that, like, it's funny, it's like you really do got a warm heart, but you cold-hearted to on the outside. You're cold to other people because other people have hurt you. You could have even had a sibling that fucking hurt you, or a parent. Maybe you grew up in a single parent household. Confirmation. Nevertheless, though, love is coming in. But I feel like you guys have to work on your inner child healing in order to be able to enjoy this connection, y'all. In order to make sure that you're not passing over your childhood wounds and your childhood traumas onto your kids. Some of you guys have to understand that y'all are going to sit over here and God is trying to offer you like a new perspective. He's trying to offer you new love. He's trying to offer you something new that you haven't experienced. He's trying to turn your heart fucking back on type shit. But you're not accepting it. But why? I don't like that. Give me one card at a time, please. Okay, well, you still want to give me two? Fine. Some of you guys don't think that grass is greener on the other side. Some of you guys don't have faith that y'all can have happiness. Some of you guys aren't doing the work on yourself either. Some of you guys are sitting over here, you're not balanced. Some of you guys, and it's so crazy, y'all, because it's like what God wants for you and what you want for yourself is two different things, because you don't believe it. God wants you to have love, but you don't believe that you can have love. God wants you to have new fucking flowers and new seeds, new relationships, networking. He wants you to have somebody that you enjoy, that, and I'm hearing sexually, I'm getting like, he wants you to sit over here and be passionate about this person. He wants you to have the cars, the clothes, the big house, the family, the whole, he wants you to build your empire, but you don't believe that it can happen. That's real. You don't believe it can happen because you've been fucked over too many times. You've been stabbed in your back too many times. I'm hearing by family. I'm seeing by family. But I'm even getting from an ex-lover too. And I feel like the energy that I'm getting is that with every opportunity, y'all, it's funny, with every opportunity that comes into your fucking life, like it's like every time you tried in your past, you've tried to give people the benefit of the doubt. You tried to give people your heart. You tried. But it's like they always stabbed you in the back. They always pissed on your shit. They always sat over here and showed you. They always betrayed you. They always chose somebody else over you. Those is your roots. That's where you come from. You come from people sitting over here fucking, you come from people sitting over here shitting on you. From your family. Your moms. Heavy energy on moms type shit. Parents though. So you're in flight mode. Your foundation is a flight. And what was we talking about in the downloads? Running. That's where we started. You know what's fucked up is because some of y'all is fine as fuck. Y'all are beautiful on the outside and on the inside, but the inside is so fucked up on, like the inside is a runner. The inside is a runner because when you was a child, you wasn't allowed to be in love. You wasn't allowed to show love. You wasn't, whoever I'm talking to right now, you wasn't allowed to sit over here and even, you wasn't allowed to be free. You wasn't allowed to be, and it's funny because I'm getting a masculine right now. It's like you wasn't allowed to show your feelings if you was a little boy type shit. It was like, shut the fuck up. But I'm even getting that for a feminine. You wasn't allowed to be vulnerable. So how can you show love? How can you give love to a connection when you never had love to begin with? How can you give love when all these past connections have sat over here and betrayed you? I'm hearing friendships too. It's like you always have been the giving person, and it's like, fuck it. It's easier for me to be a villain, bro. It's easier for me to be a villain. Let me tell you something, Adrian. It's good to see you, babes. I ain't seen you in a minute. It's easier for me to be a villain. Let me tell you something. That's where you have to transform, though. Let me tell you something. If you look at your parents, you look at their parents. I'm hearing some of y'all might have been adopted, but if you look at how you were raised, just the foundation, I don't care if you was raised by your grandparents, they have a say-so in how you turned out, yes. But you have the power to transform your life. You have the power to say what goes into this next generation versus what doesn't. You have the power to sit over here and water new seeds. You have the power to sit over here and say, listen, yes, I was betrayed in the past, but I'm never going to get betrayed ever again. You want to know why? And you want to know how I know this? Is because y'all have been betrayed so many motherfucking times that y'all have the discernment to know when a motherfucker when that red flag pop up, you know. Gotta remove them. But some of you guys, so there's two different paths. Some of you guys, because both of y'all recognize the red flags, but one of you guys sit over here and you decide to sit over here and still play with the fuck in the devil's playground. You realize that it's a red flag, but you still want to play with it. Some of you guys walk away from the connection all the way together. And I think that that's a part of your transformation, your love. The new cycle of your life will come when you establish a boundary that you can't play with me no more. The new foundation will come to you when you establish that, listen, motherfucker, you can't betray me. You acting funny, listen, I can't control how you act, but what I can control is if you are around me, if you're within my energy. What I can control is my resources. What did Jay-Z say? I think he said, like, the worst thing I could do is not build with you. He said, you wonder why we not friends. What's that line? I'm getting every fucking lyrics around that song, but I can't get that part. He said you send people to come and destroy me. Ah, fuck it. It don't matter. Nah, that was all I need. I guess that part of the song is not relevant, but it's gonna bother me because it's in my head. But either way, the point of the matter is what he was saying is that, listen, like, I could literally destroy you. Like, I could destroy you right now, but I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm just not gonna build with you, and that's more impactful than that. But I feel like they're like, get back on track. Your transformation comes from you deciding not to be like your parents or be like your grandparents. Your transformation comes from you deciding new patterns and new characteristics on how you're going to have to be. But the point of the matter is that means you can't fly away. That means you got to face your demons. You got to face every part of you that you don't fucking like. You got to face every part of you that breaks your heart. You got to face every part of you that sat over here and destroyed you, that tried to destroy you. Keyword try. But the fucked up thing is that you think that it destroyed you. Because I said it right the first time. Your mindset is that these fucking people have destroyed you because you had all this chaos in your fucking life. Because maybe some of y'all have some fucking generational curses. A lot of y'all have generational curses that y'all need to sit over here and fucking build. Build? Some of you guys keep sitting over here building on the generational curses instead of destroying them. Some of you guys you guys are sitting over here operating out of fear. Some of you guys don't know how to fix fucking your past generational curses. And I feel like that's where your shadow work comes in. That's where you sit over here and you identify, okay, what parts about my past, what parts have I accepted? And I'm going to give y'all a hint. What parts about me do I not like that I have got from my parents? What parts about me that I don't like that I got from my grandparents? What are the parts about me that self-sabotage me? What are the parts about me that destroys my new connections? What are the parts about me that are keeping me from growing new connections, from networking, from creating this new reality for myself? And then ask, how do I get rid of them? Because some of you guys are really powerful, y'all. Y'all are meant, and let me tell you something about some powerful ass motherfuckers. When you're powerful, the attacks don't stop. When you're powerful, the attacks, you think they're gonna stop. A lot of y'all is just like, shit, when is this shit going in? When is this depression going in? When is it like, A lot of y'all energy is just like, why does this shit keep happening to me? Why do I gotta fix this shit? You're the chosen one. You're the chosen one. You're the chosen one, big dog. You're the sun. You got the energy for it. You got the strength for it. You got the courage. See, it's so funny because y'all don't understand that from your past, from your ancestors. Yes, you inherited their depression. Yes, you inherited their good heart. Yes, you inherited, and it's so funny. It's like you inherited fucking procrastination, perfectionism. You inherited all this bad shit from them. Yes, but you inherited good shit too. You inherited that you're a fighter and that you don't give up. You inherited that you was a hustler. You inherited a lot of good shit too. You just choose not to see the good shit. You choose not to see that you really are the sun. You always been the sun in your connections, friendships, relationships. You always been the one to try to make everybody happy. I'm hearing comedian. You always been the one that fought for everybody. You always made sure that everybody was good. That came from your ancestors. But the point of the fucking matter is that when are you going to fight for yourself? When are you going to fight for your fucking self and realize that you're gifted? You have the strength. You have the strength. Yeah, I can't make this shit up. You have the strength to sit over here and fucking to get past all these obstacles. You got the wisdom, the courage. I'm hearing the power within you. Some of y'all is really like y'all are really with the shits type shit. I don't want to expose y'all, but it's like y'all really got fucking power. If you know, you know. Some of y'all just need to pick y'all motherfucking wands up and fucking fight. Enjoy the ride. What's going to take for you to come back into this loving ass energy, for you to be the moms, for you to be the dad, for you to be caring, is for you to have strength to fight through all the fucking obstacles that they put your ass through. And understand that in the end, everything that has happened to you has happened for you. Understand that, listen, you can't control where life goes, but just know that God is always going to balance shit out for you. Always. Understand that. Know that. Keep that in your fucking heart, and understand that if you keep that in your heart, no matter how bad your days get, the truth will always set you fucking free. I'm gonna get into the amethyst ball, and then I'm getting the fuck out of here. You know what? I just said I was gonna do some readings. I'm lying. Let me hurry up. You know what? I'm gonna end it here. Y'all want to do some readings? Because I'm gonna leave this part, because I just want to leave it like that, because I feel like that's enough for my YouTube video. I'm gonna do the reading part. So let me end this live. If you guys want to sit over here and do readings with me, it's going to be donation-based readings, okay? So for those that are fucking new up in this bitch, there's two ways that you could get a reading. Either you could donate to my link in my bio, or you could donate to my Cash App, okay? I'll be right back.